Now, moving on to another interesting story, Anerlisa. Okay, Anerlisa has been a part of the conversation within the bad light of, oh, she got left by a boyfriend, oh, she's now dating a Kabenten, oh, like it's always something about her relationship, but this time she's actually giving useful advice to our friend Diana Marua. Now, in case you haven't been on the know, let me keep you on the know. What happened was, yesterday we spoke about the fact that, Diana Marua had her video she'd done a couple of months ago had resurfaced on the internet, and the video was basically of her talking about, you know, how she had sponsors in the beginning, or at some point in her life she had a guy to pay for everything. She had a guy for makeup, guy for rent, guy for whatever, and a lot of people were echoing the same message again, saying that, girl, we understand that you're trying to speak to a particular demographic, trying to tell people that simply because now you're killing it and living your best life, you did have a past. But there was a way phrasing could have come into play. There was a way tone would have come into play. There was a way better storytelling would have come into play. And I love how Anerlisa actually put it, because she did give a very valid solution. She said, "Nothing against Diana. I am one of the people who admire her as a mom, but why the need to come out right now? Sad truth is, people will go straight for your body count. My point of view is that I think after being a mother and having a man who has accepted you and all of your flaws, this kind of information should be kept private," which is what we were saying yesterday. Continues to say that your past sometimes can get people viewing you differently, which is actually true, even if it's to help people. And if you really want to use the story, use a friend as a reference, the message will still be heard. And I love it. And we do it here on the show many times. We'll tell you, hey, but then I had a friend who did such and such and
Whole
such.
time it's you.
Whole time. We're telling you our stories. We're telling you our tea, our dirt. Imagine if you had to hear every single mistake that personally, as Kathomi, I have made in my life. Imagine, even yesterday when I was trying to say that who hasn't gotten their rent paid. You see, I didn't say, I got my rent paid, honey, and I'm proud of it. No, I told you, it is a common thing. Like, there's so many ways you can phrase a sentence and send the same message without necessarily having to, like, bombard us with the inner workings of your relationships and your past. Some of these things are actually kind of cringe, considering the place that she is now. God, were it, for example, give me a young person who's very, very vocal right now online. Were it
Rono.
Chebet Rono, for example, and she was telling us, and even her, she's become very, very serious about information that she puts out here. Oversharing is no longer her thing. But imagine if she's the one who's telling us, by the way, there's this guy who's actually paying my rent right now, and there's this other guy who's actually paying. It would be funny because, one, she's young. Two, she's in that age where she's allowed to make such interesting decisions, and she has no one that she really has to be accountable for. And her content makes sense if that is a conversation that she was having. However, think about someone else like Millie Chebi, for example. Imagine Millie Chebi coming online and starting to tell us, I had a guy who bought for me this car. The car that I used to drive back then, it's some guy who was my sponio. It's weird, right? Because you're looking at her like, why are you giving us this information?
What was
like,
the reason?
Why? For what reason? And that is the same conversation that we're trying to convey to Diana. Yes, the message was amazing. Yes, we love that you opened up. Yes, you did help a few girls understand that, by the way, trials and tribulations do come and we do go through things, but you could have phrased it better and chosen a different time. That's all.
Content creators, we are laughing at you, not with you. And sometimes we get, you know, the lines are blurred. You think these people are your family, these people are here for you.
So
let's not forget, Diana is one of those leading YouTube content creators in Africa, okay? She has the numbers. And sometimes we might feel compelled to always do a more shocking story than the previous story so that you remain relevant. But when it's affecting your family, when you're involving your partner in this and making him look like this dumb person like Captain Save-A-Ho, it's not good. It's just not it's not
work
cute,
like that.
okay?
Imagine him going to now campaign again and wait always you wake a bibi.
Exactly, like
Gari. Imagine the embarrassment. Just think about it.
exactly. So just be keen on what you're putting out there, because this is proof that the internet never forgets.
Nope.
This video is old.
It is.
But somebody just posted on Twitter and said this is somebody's wife. And then it took a life of its own. So be careful, girl.